Hi everybody, today we are introducing you to the topic of the impact of climate warming on terrestrial, meaning living on land, ectotherms across latitude. These points will be discussed: climate change on different latitude, what ectotherms are and how they are affected by climate change, what effect does climate change have on ectotherms. Climate change is, as we all know, caused by humans. It has effects depending on the latitude. The higher the latitude, the greater the climate change. In Ecuador, for example, the climate change is smaller because the climate is already warm. In Switzerland, on the other hand, the change is bigger because it's further away from the equator, which means it's colder. Ectotherms are animals whose body temperature depend on the environment, which means they can't regulate their body temperature and are more affected by climate change in comparison to other animals. Based on this, scientists assume that ectotherms that live near the equator are more endangered by climate change. But how does this all lead up to our main question? What effect does climate change have on ectotherms? To answer this question, researchers studied ectotherms around the world with a main focus on insects and found that, yes, ectotherms are in fact affected by climate change. Now, how they are affected depends on latitude. As we discussed earlier, climate change differs across latitudes. This means that the habitual temperature, meaning temperature where they live, differs also. Ectotherms that live on the equator have higher habitual temperatures. There are temperatures where the ectotherm's fitness worsens. These are called critical thermal maximum. In contrast, there is also a critical thermal minimum. Temperatures below this point are also bad for the ectotherms and hinder their fitness. That's why there's a temperature optimal, which describes the climate in which their growth and reproduction is the highest. Due to climate change, the CT max is reached faster than in temperate regions. This means that ectotherms living in tropical regions are negatively affected by climate change. In temperate regions, there is a higher climate variability because of seasonality, which causes climate change to have a positive impact on their fitness. This is a problem because at the tropics, there is a high diversity of insects. To prevent this, we need to prevent climate change. We just need to be more careful with our planet. Science shows the way, and we follow. We hope this helped you understand, and if you have any questions, feel free to write a comment below. Bye!